and welcome to episode 2 of 2 Candid. I'm Sophie.
I'm Leah.
And today Leah is taking the reins on this one. I have no idea what we're about to read, what we're going to talk about, discuss. I'm going in unable to see what we're going to talk about. Pretty much.
Do you know what it is?
I don't like it. It makes me nervous.
I feel like this is... Now back in school, like in English lessons, you'd have to take turns reading like a page of a book. I feel like I'm now going to forget how to read.
Yeah, that was me last week, but it's fine. Okay. We continue.
So I've got a few different ones. So
is it like a particular?
No, it's a range.
There's no genre in this one.
There's no genre.
Okay.
So right,
I'm strapping myself in.
Am I the arsehole?
Yes.
For not paying to change my father's gravely insulting gravestone. I'm messing it up already. My father and mother had a very bitter marriage towards the end of his life. He had a long-running affair with another married co-worker and got her pregnant before he passed. He was planning to leave mum, skip the country and move to Canada to start a new life with her. They had a house picked out and all. He had moved out and was living with his co-worker when he suddenly died of a heart attack while having sex. Divorce papers were never filed, no legal separation. They were in the process of moving all things legal, but on paper they were still happily married. Now, me and my siblings are already out of home. Our youngest sibling is 19 and is in college. I work for a tech company and I'm currently back in my hometown helping my mum manage his estate. To be honest, I feel like that paragraph was not needed. My mum was hurt and petty and marked his gravestone as in loving memory of John Doe, son, husband, father and adulterer. My dad's family and his pregnant partner are mad and want me to fix it. I personally think it's fine. That's who he was. He was all those things, and since it's my mum's plot, I can't do anything.
Wow. The thing is, I'm pretty sure we know of someone that also had a heart attack during sex, and that was because...
Wait, me as well?
Yes. We know of someone... Okay, I'll have to tell you after this, but we know of someone who actually passed away during sex, and it was because of the little pill he took to help...
I feel like I'd remember this.
Yeah, to help with the equipment. I'm not going to say it here. We will talk about it after. But so, did it say what age they are?
No.
Because I feel like, the menopause happens. So how old was this co-worker to be able to fall pregnant? How old was the parents? I need more information. We didn't need that paragraph. I needed more substance. However, would I have done the same?
Yes!
Yes, I fucking would. First of all, she shouldn't have to pay to change that. Like I said, it's her mum's decision. Her mum was hurt. I would be so angry. I would be livid.
Well, I suppose, from their side, it's like justified. But then if that was your son, you had to go visit, and then you just thought, the adulterer. Like, imagine.
And also John Doe, Leah.
Oh, yeah.
John Doe is, like, not his name. Like, that is just,
that
the name.
Well.
Yeah. I feel like maybe we should put the name on there anyway, so everyone knew what he was. But then, were the parents happy? Was divorce on the horizon anyway? By the sounds of it, it wasn't. So the affair was very, like, one-sided. No, but you know what I mean? Like, if you were...
But the issue is the gravestone. Should the gravestone stay as the... You're, like, trying to go back in time. Like, should they change the gravestone? To be honest, I probably would have put worse.
Yeah, I probably would have put worse.
See you next Tuesday!
You shouldn't speak ill of the dead. However...
If that heart attack didn't kill you, then I would have...
Whoa, your sound just went like through the roof, Leah.
So sorry, guys. Let me repeat that. If the heart attack didn't kill you, I would have.
Yeah, okay, so is this Am I the Arsehole? I can't remember the beginning bit.
Yeah,
I kind of couldn't process everything. I was like...
Because even though it's not actually up to her to change it, I guess she could influence her mum to change it.
However, do I think the mum was the arsehole? No. Mm-hmm. Like we said in the last episode, 2 wrongs don't make a right. However, both of those people cheated on their married partners, got pregnant from it. Yeah, I don't think they're the arsehole. I actually don't. I'm like, go off, mum, go off. You go, girl.
We can't.
I'm going to be haunted from this. I'm really sorry if your dad is listening in the realms of...
But basically, if that was your son, would you, from that perspective...
Oh, I would be...
You'd be like, you are one mother trucker for doing that.
But then is this because the mum can't see what... The thing is, at the end of the day, if they had cheated, fine. That happened. They clearly separated. He was moving on with his life. The mum obviously heartbroken, left on her own. I don't think the mum should have been responsible for doing the headstone.
But they weren't divorced. That's why she
But that doesn't matter. Like, I understand in the eyes of the law it matters. But, like, come on. They weren't together. And, you know, yeah, I think it's funny. I do think it... I know it sounds really bad. But I am like, you know what? Would I have done the same? Would I have been that petty?
I mean...
Yes.
She could have not given him a headstone at all.
Yeah.
Like...
And, yeah, and now she paid for all that. For what? Like, I don't think... I think everyone sucks in this situation. Kinda.
But do you know what it is? Like, obviously it's a serious subject, so you should probably be more...
Respectful.
But at the same time, yeah, like...
That motherfucker cheated.
But I just think as well, like, look, there's got to be a bit of sense of humour in dark times. Do you know what I mean?
Okay, so what you're saying is...
And to be honest, I know you've done it. I hate going to graveyards. I just will not go because I hate it. I hate it. But you'll go.
Yeah, I find it really...
I don't really like reading people's gravestones or anything. I don't even like really being there. Like, yeah, I only go if I'm forced, so...
And that's often. No, it's not. But I find cemeteries really... There's a certain feeling that you get there. Like, I don't go there for fun. Like, I go there to see my grandparents and that. Obviously, I don't know I'm going down this route. But I am one of those people that read all of the gravestones. And I feel like they do paint a picture of the people. And if he was an adulterer, then...
So be it!
So be it. But yeah, I don't think she should be made to change it. I think if they want to pay for it to be changed, okay, fine. Like, she's got it out there. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like as well, the daughter, that's still her dad.
Yeah.
I know that they wanted to run off, but at the end of the day, he is still a person. I know I've gone from, nope, not an arsehole to everybody sucks to this is just a very sensitive situation. And I just don't know where I sit on it.
But then the daughter said she don't even care.
Oh, fair play then. Yeah, go off, mate.
So
do what you want.
At the end of the day, I don't know. I just think, like, just maybe put a blanket over it or something if you're not happy with it. Like, I don't know.
But he was an adulterer. It was a descriptive word. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. Should it be changed? It should be changed. Okay, it should be changed. That's where I'm sitting is. The point's been made. It should be changed. Did I find it funny? Yes.
And I'm going to end with, no, it shouldn't be changed because you know what? It ain't that deep.
Every time.
That's all I ever say. But I just think, like, look, he's dead now, so, like, no one eat, like, do you know what? Like, mould will grow over it and stuff like that anyway, won't it? Like, it gets all, like... Okay, number 2. Am I the arsehole for quitting on the spot even though we were understaffed and it made my manager cry? I work at a retail store in the mall. The store's divided into men's, women's and children's clothes. I always worked women's and on the weekdays I always was the only employee in that entire section. Yesterday, myself and 2 other employees clocked into our shift. Right, this isn't even me reading it wrong. Shouldn't it be onto our shifts? Into our shifts? My manager, Lisa, pulled me aside and told me, your dad's called the store 5 times asking for your schedule. Please tell him to stop. I got extremely confused because that didn't sound like something my dad would do. I even texted him and he said he'd never called the store once. I had a bad feeling and asked Lisa if she gave my dad my schedule, and she did. I then told her it wasn't my dad and she had no right telling any strange man my schedule. She got annoyed and told me there wasn't a big deal and I was being dramatic. I then quit on the spot, which only left her and 2 other employees to watch the entire store. She kept apologising and even burst into tears because they were understaffed.
Not the arsehole.
Innit?
Like, I would be fuming, especially from working in a retail environment previously for many years, and there were creeps that used to come in, and then you, especially like where I worked in a very, don't want to offend anyone, but like the store I was in, a lot of men tradesmen would go in there, and I think they could be the worst ones. But yeah, I would be so angry. See, although sometimes we would have like, oh, you know, I need Sophie to finish my project. When is she next in? And then they would give my schedule. So this has happened to me too.
Oh my God.
This has happened to me too.
So you're basically saying if they've got a work van, watch out, because it's what you're saying.
No, but I do think, like, especially the fact that that person's called up and said, I'm her dad.
5 times.
Red flag. Red flag. Nah, not the arsehole. Maybe, like, that's that situation where you need to remove yourself, explain, like, I'm not happy with this. Because isn't that like GDPR or something? It sounds like it's in America.
GDPR.
Anyway.
Yeah.
No, it's GDPR, Leah.
I don't know.
It's not GDPR.
Acronyms. I can't even say it. Acronyms.
Yeah, she's not the arsehole. And I think the fact that the manager cried, don't get me wrong, I don't, you know, some people aren't suited to be managers. Sometimes they're forced upon that for many reasons.
But this is the thing, yeah?
You know not to.
Clearly, if he's called 5 times, she must have said no 4 times.
Yeah.
So why did she not just say, right, let me just go and have a look and I'll let you know? And then she could have used that time to ask.
And to take details like, oh, what's your contact number? I'll call you back. So then when you do speak to, you know, said person, is this your dad's number? No.
And then you could put that number into WhatsApp, see if they've got a profile picture.
I think that's GDPR. I don't know if it counts in America. I don't know the full legislation of it. However, yeah, not the arsehole. I wouldn't probably have quit, but I feel like in America, from videos I've seen on TikTok, people in America, like, they don't have to work their notice really, and they can just walk out, and it just, whereas here, it seems like it's a lot more difficult
To leave.
Not if you're Leah.
No, she should have quit. And this is the reason why. Because the manager wasn't like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I can't even believe I did that. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, you'd be like, oh my God, like, I've just put you in a lot of danger. We'll probably have to call someone. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Nothing. Just
let's change your shift.
Yes, we can just change your shift plans. We won't know. We'll make sure that you're not here alone. We can have someone go with you to the car park. Do you know what I mean? But instead, she's like, stop being dramatic. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, that would annoy me. I hate it, especially when you feel a certain way about things and people just are like, it ain't that deep. When people are like, you know, yeah, that's Leah, by the way. But if people aren't validating your concerns, that really, really grinds my gears. Like, I get, my gears are coming out. It makes me really mad, and I think that's just what's happened. And I probably would have, maybe not quit, I probably would have called my dad. And like, you know, there's been many situations when I worked in retail when I had like arsehole managers, and I'd call my dad, and then 10 minutes later he'd be walking into the store, and I'm like, oh, Dad, I love you, but yeah, that happened to you and me. We've worked at a few of the same places.
Yeah.
Either like she's got me the job or I've got her the job, kind of thing. Now we don't work together no more. But and then you used to come around to me all the time. Sophie, you got any food? Sophie, how do I do this on Excel? Sophie, what time are we going for lunch? Anyway, so yeah, I don't think she's the arsehole. I would have quit. I probably would have put in a complaint as well. And if she cried, I'm like, well, you know, I could be the one that could be murdered, so.
Okay, next one.
Number 3.
So, am I the arsehole for not giving my cousin my grandmother's house after she passed? I'm a 27-year-old male and my grandmother passed recently. In her will, she left me her 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. Now, before my grandmother passed, she was in danger of losing the house because of unpaid taxes. She asked various family members for help, but no one did. I was in college at the time and I had a huge student refund. She asked me for £1,500 to settle the debt. She said thank you and we never talked about it again. I didn't want my granny to be homeless after all. That was about 8 years ago. Fast forward to today and I'm now the owner of a house in the heart of Atlanta. Prime real estate, if I do say so myself. I plan on moving in at the end of the month before doing some light cleaning and renovation. Enter my cousin and her kids. She's upset with me because I got the house. She said because I don't have any kids, I should give her the house because in her eyes, I got the house for free. I thought she was crazy, but a lot of our family is on her side, stating that it's hard out here for a single mother. They told me I can buy a house one day because I'm an able-bodied young man. It'll be harder for her because she has 2 kids. I'm like, she chose to have those kids and it's my problem? Everyone is calling me selfish, and hell, maybe I am, but my grandmother wanted me to have the house. Am I the arsehole?
not the asshole. I hate this. I hate it so much. Just because they die and they are no longer here, all these people come like coming out of the woodwork like, oh, she was my favourite nanny. She was my favourite granny. Oh my God, I love her. So I hate it. The amount of times you see this happen, if you weren't fucking there for her, you know, fuck you. She clearly did not like you. You weren't in the will. And I hate it when people contest wills. Don't get me wrong, there are some situations where people like mess with them. You know, they might not mentally be able to look after themselves, and you know, that's when, okay, contest your heart's content. However, this lady sounds like she was on it, and he was the only one there who was willing to help her.
God, it's making me feel a bit emotional.
Honestly, I hate this so much. You are not the arsehole. She's the arsehole. Okay, yeah, she has children and, you know, she's a single parent. But where is she living now? Because she clearly has somewhere. She just wants an upgrade for free. Fuck you. God. You wasn't there for her. You didn't help her. Oh my God, this made me so mad.
It's making me teary. Like, it's making my eyes go watery. Because you know what? It's the fact that he said, like, obviously he didn't want that to happen to his nan. He had the money, so he gave it to her. Like, he didn't even have to think about it. And the fact that they never spoke about it again. And that obviously meant a lot to her. And, like, oh my God, it's making me feel emotional. And literally, like, so, yeah, he deserves it. Because if it wasn't for him, they wouldn't even have that house to, like, give away.
The thing is, though, money or not, say that never happened. Mm-hmm. She clearly felt that all the other people didn't care. You know, if you said to me, Sophie, I need something, and I didn't have the funds, but I could, like, sell something, I don't know, maybe not a kidney, because I don't know if I've got two at this point, but I'm waiting for a scan, yeah. But, trailer thought's gone. Yeah, clearly she felt that no one was there for her, and you're right, like, that is so heartbreaking, and it just I'm over the anger stage now I'm in like the that's so not no but the fact that, you know, he took that, I am actually getting teary. No, that makes me so mad. And now you know that everyone is just gonna, like, just because he's a man, so what, he helped his nan in times of need. Mm-hmm. Yes, okay, he can earn more money, but what gives her any more right to that house than it was the nan's house?
And the thing is, you have to respect, because that was her decision.
It was her wish.
Do you know what I mean? That's what she wanted. If she wanted this single mother with 2 children to have the house, she would have had the house. But clearly, she didn't want her to have it. So why would you go against her wish? And also, okay, it's got to be so hard to have 2 children. I can't even imagine, because, my God. But that ain't his problem. Do you know what I mean?
Ain't the nan's problem either.
I'm sure he's going to meet someone and want to have children, and then that will be a house for him. Do you know what I mean?
And then he'll have to provide for his husband or his wife or the kids, you know, whatever his sexual orientation is. He will still have to provide for his family. We're inclusive on this channel, Leah.
I know, because you list it out every single time so far. Anyway. But yeah, so basically, like, if anything, all the family, and that's what gets on my nerves when, like, other people chime in, like, back off.
It's like, get your neck, wind it in and fuck off. Yeah. It really annoys me. And it's always when people die. I've heard so many stories of, like, friends, relatives or stuff like that, and you think, what gives you the right? Like, if your nan, we don't have grandparents, they all died when we were young, but if our nan wanted to, you know, give all the money to the donkeys, that's her wish. You can't, like, if she wants to sell that house and help save the dogs, then she can save those dogs, because you are not entitled to that money just because you're blood.
And the thing is also as well, yeah, like, did they even bother to see her when she was alive? And also, if she's got children, but this happened 8 years ago, she either didn't have children back then, so maybe she could have helped, or if she did have children back then, well, they're like 8 years old now, like, they'll be in school like full time, so what's the issue?
I don't fully understand, like, the American tax system. I know it's a lot, don't want to say much about American finance and stuff, because that's a whole different can of worms. However, I know that whereas we pay council tax, their taxes are depending on the area, the size. But how old was he when he got that refund?
He just said like college, I think.
Yeah, so that's like, for someone of that age, that he could have gone and, like, spunk that on wherever he wanted, on a car, on a holiday, but he chose to help his nan. Nah, he ain't the arsehole. I'll stand by him.
Yeah.
I got your back. Forget your family.
I agree.
You don't need them.
You have a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house.
Prime real
The
estate.
world is your oyster. Right. Am I the arsehole for wanting to tell my brother's fiance about the tracking app he secretly installed in the new phone he bought for her? Yeah, real juicy this one. So, pretty much the title. That's the first sentence. So she's a female, obviously. Her brother is 27, is currently engaged to his fiance, who's 25. He brought her a phone for Valentine's and asked her boyfriend to basically, who's trained in that, to install a hidden tracking app on the phone so his fiance won't see it or notice. I overheard them talking, and when I entered the room, they went silent. I waited till my brother left and then spoke to my boyfriend. He denied having this conversation with my brother, and then after admitted to installing the app on the phone. I said that they were wrong because this is a huge breach of privacy. He said he has nothing to do with it and advised me to stay out of it. I want to tell my brother's fiance, but her boyfriend argued about being nosy and intrusive.
That is fucking awful. Like, first of all, there is 2 layers to this. There's many layers, actually. But, as if her boyfriend told her not to get involved. Oh, but
Innit? Sorry, how are you telling me not to get involved when you've just involved yourself? Is that even legal? I don't know. Is it legal?
I'm going to say no.
Because I don't know.
But I don't know. I feel like morally it's just wrong anyway. And I know someone that actually, I know a lot of people that relate to these stories. I know someone that did something similar, connected an iPhone into the back of the car, like in the boot, and connected it to the battery. And then he like tracked her and caught her cheating. Clearly there is, obviously I don't condone that, just putting that in there. But clearly he has some trust issues. Clearly he thinks there's something going on. So instead of doing that, he should be an adult as a 27-year-old man and be like, you know, I'm feeling very insecure right now. But then also, he might just be a weirdo. Because first of all, like, thanks to the phone. But
no, but this is the thing, because it's like the manipulation, because now she's going to think, oh, my fiance, like, he's just bought me a new phone. He's clearly only bought her that phone so he can put the tracking app on there. So he wouldn't have bought her the phone if it wasn't for that.
True that. The poster, not an arsehole. The boyfriend, arsehole.
Yeah.
The brother, arsehole. Because they've got to have had that.
No. The levels to this. Think about this. Her boyfriend is
It's probably in her phone.
Mother truck. Oh,
check your phone.
It's giving me chills.
Comment on that and tell her to check her phone.
So how is she not at fault of this? So clearly, he would have done that to her. And he obviously would have, because he's not willing to, like, tell on her, so he's not going to tell on himself.
I didn't even think of that. I didn't even think of it.
That's the first thing I'd be saying. I'd be like, look, they're separate, but I'm getting a new phone, and you ain't having my number. Like, do you know what I mean?
No, that's made me feel funny. He, I don't know a lot about that kind of stuff, but I wonder if there's an app that someone can like use to see if their phone is being mirrored or tracked, or because it must just be. I don't even know how phones work really. I'm not gonna lie, like in terms of like that side of things. But no, if you need to comment on that and tell her to check her phone. Did anyone say that in the comments?
I don't know actually.
Because you've just hit the nail on the head. Like, okay, first of all, tell the fiance. Because if I found out my husband did that, shit would be going down. I don't know if the trust is so broken. Has anyone said about it?
Oh, so somebody commented and said, tell her, but also have your phone checked out because your boyfriend is throwing out crazy red flags. And then she put, wow, this actually never occurred to me. Also seeing several comments saying the same thing. I'll definitely be checking my phone. My boyfriend tends to do things that cause me to side-eye him sometimes. This one is definitely not okay.
Okay. Tell the fiance, get a new phone, leave him. Because you're so right. I can't believe I never thought of that.
I can't believe I thought of that, if I'm honest.
That is madness. No, that ain't right. there's so many levels of fucked here. It's all fucked up, and I just don't understand why, if you have trust issues, either don't be with that person. If you truly cannot control yourself as a 27-year-old male.
Yeah, and I mean, like, there are apps that you can get where you can both consent to
Keyword,
that.
consent.
So, like, if you asked her and she would have felt comfortable with it, you could have used that app. And if she didn't, then obviously there's a... Well, but why do you think he never asked her? Because he probably knew she'd say no.
Yeah, true that. I think, like, a good one, if anyone wants to know about this, is Life 360, or is it Life 365?
So let's find my iPhone as well.
Yeah, but I don't think Find My iPhone's that good. I don't think it's as good. But yeah, we've used apps like that in the past, but you can literally disconnect it and and put it on when you want it. Like, if my friend goes on dates, I'm like, share your location with me just so I can make sure you're not going to get murdered. And if you do, I can find you and find the person. Like, send me the Tinder profile, the Hinge profile. Yeah, that is so many red flags. And the fact that he's like, just stop talking about it. Like, stop talking about it. That's like, it's like gaslighting. It's like, what are you talking about? Like, give me the heebie-jeebies. So what you're saying is, don't be with someone in tech. Is that what you're saying? And how does someone know how to do that? Like, it's not something you can Google.
Well,
I kind of want to Google it after this now. How to? Just because I want to know how much he's had to go in to do it. Do you know what I mean? Like, is it just as simple as you press a few buttons, download an app, hide the app, remove from the home screen?
It's probably quite straightforward for someone that knows what they're doing.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that is all kinds of up.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, another
Number
one.
5.
So, am I the asshole if I refuse to go to my sister's wedding because I can't bring my girlfriend as my +1? I'm a lesbian and I've been with my girlfriend for almost 2 years now. My family, including my sister, is all fine with me being gay and supportive of my relationship. However, her fiancé comes from a very regressive and religious family, and while he himself is fine, his extended family is very traditional and anti-gay. I think that's just called homophobic. My sister gave me my invitation in person instead of mailing it and explained that I wasn't getting a +1 because having a gay couple at the wedding would likely end up causing a lot of drama with his side of the family. All of my other siblings have +1s and are welcome to bring their hetero partners. I understand where she's coming from, but it feels like such a slap in the face. I'm not going to try and force her to give me a +1, but I'm seriously considering not going. I love my sister, but I'm not comfortable spending a whole day alone while my other siblings are allowed to bring their partners just because my sister wants to cater to a bunch of bigots.
Not an arsehole. This is what annoys me, like, about weddings. We said this on the last one. You find yourself dictated to by so many people, and at the end of the day, it's her wedding, which she would want her sister there, and who gives a fuck what the other side thinks? She won't, like, extended family, she'll probably never really see them anyway, so let your sister be there and let your sister bring her girlfriend. What is the difference? This annoys me so much.
And the thing is as well, yeah, like, if she's been with her girlfriend for a while, then, like, does her sister not have a relationship with her sister-in-law?
I would be so offended.
Like, do they think they're gonna, like, scissor on the dance floor? Like, do you know what I mean? Like, what do they think is gonna happen? Like, for what is really gonna, like, be licking her pum-pum on their, like...
Did not notice that kind of wedding.
But, like, what do they think is gonna happen?
Yeah, you're right, but this is where, like, clearly the fiancé has had to have this conversation as well, because I would be like, yeah, my sister's coming, yeah, her girlfriend's coming. I think the fact that they've all got +1s as well, just because they're straight, this makes me so mad, and I wouldn't go to the wedding.
That's a massive slap in the face. Like, imagine if you said that to me because of his extended family. I'd be like, sorry, but I'm not your extended family. Like, I am your, like, you can't get any closer than, like,
we
sister,
shared a womb.
Did that womb mean nothing to you?
No, that just really upsets me. And the thing is, like, people are so small-minded, like, so small-minded. And the thing is, I don't understand why anyone thinks they have the right to say anything like that. I would be embarrassed if I was the poster's sister. Like the fact that she even thought that saying that, doing that was okay, and she knew it wasn't. That's why she didn't send it by post, and why she delivered it by hand, because that's not okay.
I really hope that she didn't like go, or she at least like got it rectified.
But the thing is, even from then, in my heart, I'd be like, if I was the girlfriend and the sister, I would be so upset. Like, so upset. Because that's the thing. Then they're just going to be together. They're going to be dancing. They're going to probably have a kiss here and there. But it's a wedding. Wedding is about love.
But also, like someone said, they basically said that what happens like going forward? Because what about when there's a birthday? What about when there's a baby? Like, let's say there could be like just a family barbecue. Like, is this going to be like an ongoing subject? Because if anything, a wedding is like the time where everyone's supposed to come together, have a good time. So if no one can put away their like craziness, if I'm honest, then like she's just never gonna have to have a girlfriend around. Like, what?
No, I'm really trying to hold back a lot of stuff that I want to say on this matter.
Don't hold back.
Because I feel the anger rising for this one, because I know that I would be so upset. Like, I'm getting teary now, I can feel it. Like the fact that someone thinks it's okay to say that to someone. Like, if I have children, or if you want to be with the same gender, like, I would love them regardless. And if anyone thought of even saying that, like, I just don't I know everyone.
It's all too much.
No, but I know that people all have their own beliefs, their own values. But fine, for that one fucking day, put it aside. It's extended fucking family. You're probably never gonna like see them, and this is where you're like, nah, I'm gonna respect you, but you're gonna have to respect me and my family, and this is who we are and what my sister stands for and what I stand for, because she's just going to be walked over.
And the thing is as well, is that like, I don't understand why they're pandering to homophobia, which is what it is, because like you said, like, some people won't agree with it. Like, you can't tell people like how they should think, but at the end of the day, the fact that their mindset is now going to affect the space that other people can be in, why does that have more impact?
Why is it allowed? Like, why?
And the thing is, like, with weddings, there is normally like a +1 situation. Like, imagine like being there and watching everyone with their couples, and you're just there like, I guess I won't join in on the dance. Like, do you know what I mean? Like,
I think that's just why it made me teary, because weddings, literally, like, at my wedding, I had like the rule of like, to the day, because it was during COVID as well, like not peak COVID, but 2021, I didn't want to invite any more people than I kind of had to, because I wanted to make sure everyone was safe, everyone was respectful of each other, everyone tested. And if I didn't know the +1 or had even had a conversation with the +1, I kind of said, look, they can come to the evening, but to the day, like, it's just going to be you, I'm afraid. But I didn't really give anyone +1s unless I knew them, because the wedding would have been nearly double the size. And I think I was very fortunate that all of my friends are together with friends, and like we have a big family anyway, so I actually had to be really particular with that. But that's really the only reason why you should be like, look, I'm not having a +1, is because of maybe financial or space, or you don't actually know them. Their sexuality should not be a reason to not give them a +1. And I think if somehow this video gets to that person's sister, I think you're
okay, let's move on to the next.
The fact that you even thought that was okay.
Okay.
I think you are horrible, and you need to do some big stuff to make. That's really upset me.
Yeah, but let's move on to the next.
You're not an arsehole, your sister is.
Am I the arsehole for giving the PS5 my husband bought to my nephew?
Yes.
I'm a 35-year-old woman and my husband is 37. I discovered the other day he'd bought a PS5 as a gift for himself, but the thing is, he used my money to do so without my permission, using a portion of my emergency savings that he had access to in case of, an emergency, which I do not believe being able to get your hands on a new video game console classes as. I mean, to be fair, most people probably would say that is an emergency. This led to a huge argument, and I took the console away and reboxed it up. I debated on returning it to the shop for the money, but I know my sister has been struggling to find one for my 13-year-old nephew for over a year. So instead, I wrapped it up and took it around to hers and put it under the tree and quietly explained who it was and what had happened. My sister then gave me the money for it. My husband went ballistic, shouting and demanding I go and get it back, which of course I refused to do, telling him as it had been bought with my money, it was my choice what happened to it. He's now sulking and refusing to talk to me and acting like a huge child. So, yeah, they said also, for anyone curious, with their money situation, they each put half of their salary into a communal family fund for the house, bills, groceries, etc. And the other half is what they have to do for whatever they want, basically. So, basically, he would have had his own half that he didn't put in the savings that he could have used, but he blows his money.
I would like to take back my very hastily accusation of you being an arsehole. I do not think you're an arsehole. I think that was a very noble, strong, independent thing to do. I'm sorry for calling you an arsehole originally. I think your boyfriend, whoever husband is an arsehole. I think, first of all, it's your money. That should be discussed. You know, if you are in, as a husband and wife, you are a partnership. Money's, however you decide to...
Whatever works for you.
Whatever works for you, like, go off, live your life, whatever. But I think the fact that wasn't even a conversation to be had, like, I'd like to take this and buy a PlayStations are hard to come by. Like, I got her other half one, and I cried when I got one, because I was like, oh my god, I got him a PlayStation, like, he wanted it. And it is hard to get, and my eyes went funny from, like, the stress. I was like... And I think the husband should be put in a naughty corner and think about what he's done. He's clearly acting like a child and fried a shop. So...
But this is the issue, yeah? Like, I feel like all these issues will always come down to communication.
Always.
Because all he had to say was, like, look, I've actually, like, blown through my half, but... because I know we've got some in the savings, can I just take it out? And when I get paid next month, I'll put that money back in. Like, that's all we had to say. And I'm sure she'd have been like, oh, fine, okay, like...
Yeah, it's a bit annoying, but, like, yeah.
I'll get it back next month, do you know what I mean? But the fact that he just did it without a second thought... But the thing is, yeah, you know what guys love their PlayStations. Like, that is a risky move. He'll probably be filing for divorce.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, he shouldn't have taken her money.
Imagine when they go over to see the nephew in the future and he's there playing on the game.
Would you like to go to player on this? I just see the controller going through the window. I don't think she's an arsehole though. I probably would have taken it away, but like you said, the sister's been trying to get one for the nephew for so long. And I think that was a very nice thing. And the husband can get another one, but he also needs to learn he can't do stuff like that.
But, like you said, they are hard to come by. So the husband actually did manage to get one, and now he doesn't even know when he's going to be able to get one next.
But he should have thought about it before taking money that wasn't his to take without communicating. It's all it comes down. That's all it had to say about. Like you said, I just find it so funny. I can just imagine him like getting to his knees, like no.
The heartbreak. You don't come between a man and a PS5.
No, you don't. But at the end of the day, you're not an arsehole. You've taught him a lesson that hopefully... Also as well, if they have children, which it doesn't sound like they do, or they probably would have given it to their kids or whatever. Yeah, if you're going to act like that, children learn from the adults and they will learn from actions like this. So, she's setting a very good standard out that she's not to be fucked with.
Yeah, that is true. Like, to be fair, like, people might think her approach was a bit harsh, but with people, like, it's very important the impression you give them, because if you're strong like that from the beginning, then they won't think they can walk away with you because they're like, oh, she don't mess around. Do you know what I mean? So, yeah, to be fair, even though it could be harsh in some cases, like, she had to, like, set a precedent that, no, you will not be doing this with me. Oh, imagine if she just let that go, he'd be like, next month he'd be doing it again and again and again and again. When will it stop?
Oh, I see there's a new VR coming out, and I just want to fight in virtual.
Exactly. So, like, when would it stop?
Yeah, you have to. Yeah, I think she was in the right. I find it funny, and I'd love to have seen his reaction when he come back and just seeing like the emptiness on the TV, like.
And also, is it now going to change like how comfortable she feels? Like, she might not want to put her half now and there because she doesn't even think they could be used for bills. Do you know what I mean?
It's respect. RESPECT.
Am I doing another one, or is that all of them? I don't know.
I think we could probably squeeze
Should we squeeze one more in?
Should we squeeze one more?
Right, let me get it back up.
That's what he said.
So, am I the arsehole for telling my daughter to get over herself? And by the way, this was labelled on Reddit as the arsehole, just to let you know.
We agree.
I was blessed with 3 beautiful children, and unfortunately my eldest Brooke passed away when she was 5 years old. It rocked my world, and I know I haven't been the same since. I went through therapy and still attend to this day, but a part of me died too. I will never let my daughter be forgotten. I bring pictures of her to events such as holiday celebrations and birthdays. I talk about her all the time. Every year on my living children's birthdays, I think of her and how her once younger siblings are now older than her. My daughter Marnie is getting married next month. I asked her if she was having a memorial table and she said no. I asked her about creating a seat for her sister who passed, as she should be a part of the day. Marnie told me no. For once, she wants a day about her. She says she couldn't have one event that wasn't about Brooke. Even her graduation, I'd put a picture of her on the seat. She said I need to stop making my grief front stage. I told her she was being incredibly selfish, and until she goes through a loss like this, she'll never understand. Marnie asked me if her kids would have to live under the shadow of Brooke too. I told her she should be ashamed and get over herself. My son says I'm being terrible. Ooh, my son says I'm being terrible and I need to reevaluate my life. Am I the arsehole?
I think she is the arsehole.
She is.
But was that asking me or was you
Well, no, 'cause
reaffirming?
that was the dad posting about it.
Oh, the
that
dad
wasn't the
oh, that
daughter.
wasn't.
That was the dad saying it. Did you just listen to a word I said?
Wait, so the dad is bringing the stuff?
Yeah, and talking about all the time going to therapy. You must not have listened to a word I said because you would have understood.
I thought it was the mum. So what is the mum doing in all this?
I don't know what the situation with the mum.
Okay, so I do think the dad is the arsehole, but I do understand how... I don't know why Alexa just started going off, but Alexa, can you be quiet? I don't think... I've never been through a loss of a child. I have animals, but I don't have children.
As if you've just...
That's what I'm saying. I can't comprehend how it must be. No parent should have to bury their child, is what I'm saying. So I can't say that I can understand completely what that dad is going through. From the loss that we've experienced of family members, that breaks you enough, but your own child... I have, when I've seen posts before, when people post about losing a child, there was like, oh, they would have been so old today, or they would have been doing this. But I don't think you should let that overshadow your other children, because they will just not despise, resent. Thank you. They would resent you for that. And it is a horrible situation. And I actually thought about having a memorial table at my wedding.
We don't have the space. We didn't have the numbers
space.
Aren't numbering.
And also, I didn't have the seat space. So the amount of people we've lost, we'd have people halfway down the back.
Yeah.
But I don't think the daughter is wrong for feeling that way either, because she probably has felt her whole life overshadowed by her sister's death, which I also can't.
I do think it's out of order they've labelled him an arsehole, to be honest, because I don't think he is. And like, it's very common that people have like seats for lost ones or stuff like that. Maybe like she could have just said, look, we won't do a seat, but we'll put a picture frame on the table.
Yeah.
Like, do you know what I mean?
That's I don't know if you could tell at the beginning, I kind of felt uncomfortable saying that. Obviously this is asked on a am I the arsehole subreddit. I need a thread. I'm so out of it with Reddit, but you know, so in this instance, people are going to label him as the arsehole because they do, but I don't feel like this is the best place to put this, because you're right, arsehole is a very strong thing, and I do understand because they do it at weddings, but he then shouldn't be angry at the daughter for, I don't know if he is even angry at her for saying no, but well, you know, he kind of is, because he said, to get over herself. So yeah, you kind of need to put the shoe on the other foot here.
Like, to be honest, I feel like, look, I understand that she's very resentful, but like he's clearly struggled with this every single day since it happened. So the only thing that's actually helping him go on is by keeping her memory alive. Do you know what I mean? So I feel like it's quite selfish of her to say like, no, blah, blah, blah. Because at the end of the day, he's still at the wedding with her. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, don't. Well, when you were reading it, I felt myself getting teary. And I think that's probably why I didn't really... He was like, was you even listening? It's because I was trying not to cry. Because obviously he should have had a daddy-daughter dance with her. And, yeah, maybe the daughter should, like you said, be a compromise. Look, maybe we don't want to save a seat, but maybe we'll do like a little reading for her, or... I'll wear a locket with her photo, or just a photo on a table, like you said, with a little candle.
I think she was so, clearly, this is something that's... She's resented for a very long time. And I just think it's out of order, because at the end of the day, you're resenting your dead sister, basically. Do you know what I mean? And I just think, well, you are alive, do you know what I mean? So don't be a dick to your dad.
Yeah, it's not that deep, as Leah says.
It's very deep, actually, this one.
No, but when I say it's not that deep, having that photo there...
Yeah, in the grand scheme of things, it isn't really going to kill you.
Yeah, that's the thing. For her to know that her dad would find peace in that... I'm literally changing. But her dad would have found so much peace and happiness from that. And like you said, the resentment is clearly there. And she just be like, is it that hard to have a photo or to have just anything of her sister there? Her sister is never going to...
Come back. Well, sorry. But that's the thing as well, yeah? Because now you've got the sister that's annoyed at him, and now you've got his son that's saying that he's terrible and in the wrong. So it's right, so now his children that are alive are just being dicks to him. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, obviously they've lost their siblings. That's going to be really hard in itself too.
But how old were they when it happened? Were they even born? Do you know what I mean? If she was 5 and he said seeing his children get older than her.
Oh, so they must have been a bit younger.
They probably would have... That's where they probably... Obviously, if... God touch wood, God willing, whatever you say, I can't ever remember your saying, but hopefully we don't have to experience that for a very, very long time.
For God's sake, no. You're making my heart go funny.
No, but I would have that if my dad asked me.
Yeah,
I 100% would have.
Do you know what? Why are people so insensitive? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. At the end of the day, yeah, it's really annoyed you. You're really not happy about it. But guess what? You're getting married. You're going to be off.
Living your life,
talking to people and getting drunk or doing whatever you're going to do. He's going to be sitting there, and it's going to be a very emotional time for him.
God, I feel myself getting emotional now.
To be honest, I probably could have ended on a happier one.
Yeah, you could have. Bloody hell, Leah.
But I panicked. I just picked the first one I saw.
The thing is, with remembrance at weddings, James, he got me a locket which opened up and it had pictures of my 4 grandparents, so they could be there with me. And my mum said, why don't you wear it up the aisle? And I said, well, the dress I was wearing,
it doesn't go.
It doesn't really go
over my dead body.
But what? Probably
wrong sentence.
Yeah, but what I did was I wrapped it around my bouquet and I walked up with them. And then once that part was over,
which if you think about it, if they were alive, they wouldn't be walking up the aisle.
No, so they had
overshone.
Yeah, but then my friend took the locket back to the room where it'd be safe, because obviously I didn't want to lose it, I didn't want to damage it, and I do wear it a lot and it's in my little jar next to my bed. But I don't see why she couldn't even done something like that, or oh my God, a little thing for her dad to have, you get the little pocket watches with the photos in that he could just have on him.
The stuff she could have done just to make his grief a little bit easier for him.
Now I feel really emotional. I'm sorry, I don't think you're an arsehole.
I really hope he's in the comments. I really hope someone's being nice to him.
Maybe we should write a lot of nice comments to him. But okay, so like Leah said, we're ending that with a happy one, and we hope you enjoyed this episode.
We're gonna actually release them once a week, aren't we? Do we say on Sundays?
Yes,
every Sunday.
So
every Sunday, just come back here, we'll have a chat, we'll just ramble as per. But yeah, hope you enjoyed the second episode, and we'll see you next time
for Too Candid.